Hello guys, we will quickly understand what is supervisor LM. Consider supervisor as a smart manager, supervisor, okay? So example, a customer asks a query, could I get to know about the pain medicine guide research, okay? So what supervisor is just to route particular specialized agent. So what he does once he write a mail, so you have a SharePoint and he add all the related documents, right? That is called state. State what is states will have? State will have what is a user message, AI response, and tool outputs, and agent memory and workflow. And whatever we are writing system message, right? This is your skill set of your manager. So what it does when a query comes, right? So then he will search which team are specialized in that, and based on that it will transfer. So if you see here, once a query comes, he will understand the state and he will transfer that to particular team or particular person or employee. That is what this supervisor LLM. You can consider it as a routing LLM based on the query which agents I have in my team, which team I have which will solve this bug, and he will just forward that mail to the particular teams. That's why the message and system prompt. System prompt is nothing but the skill set of a manager, and message is the query messages, and then he will hand off. What is hand off? Hand off means what he does is, like example, query comes no regarding the pain medicine agent, okay? So he will just hand up to that particular teams and they will do the task. That is what the supervisor, and what is this is about the handoff. Now once query comes, right, now you have to see the what are the stakeholders. Example, stakeholders are the supervisor and what all the specialized agent he has. So that we will consider it as a node. You can I will explain what is node and what is the edge in that. So we will define what is the state, what is the message state, and what are the nodes are there, where here is the supervisor node, pain medicine agent, research agent, computational agent, and web agent. Now we will come to graph edges. Once the query comes, and how the manager will route to the particular agent, right? So for that we will write a routing function where when messages comes, based on that it will see whether I have to transfer to medicine agent, whether I have to transfer to research agent, whether I have to transfer to computational agent, or whether I have to transfer to web agent. This is what routing function we have written. Now we will come to the edges. Okay, example, you have asked a query, customer has asked a query. Based on that, which agent I have to route that connection from manager to particular team, there are some set of conditions. Okay, if these are there, then I have to use this agent. If these particular conditions are met, then I have to use this agent. Okay, that we will write in the edges. So once I compile this all these particular agents, then it will look something like this. When a query comes, supervisor thinks which agent I have to route. Whatever the dotted lines you can see, these are the routing to the particular agents. Example, you can consider you have asked a query about pain medicine guide research. Supervisor thinks initially as okay, pain medicine agent teams have a specialist in that and I will route to that. Then pain medicine guides will understand in detail and then they got to know it's not about internal documents or it's not about what is already present. We need a research for that. Then pain medicine my agent will route back to that supervisor again thinks okay, we got the information from pain medicine guide, we will send that, these will send the states and all replies to the mails, and then supervisor what he will do, he will transfer that back to a research agent, and then research agent will do a research and then give a feedback, and then they will give back to the customer query. So now you have seen this particular stateful architecture. Langchain doesn't support this stateful architecture. That's why they have built a different product called as land graph. So you can see here in gland graph, they have defined how these particular multi agents should be done. One of them I have already explained, supervisor, and how it talks to particular agents and he got the responses and he will get the output. But there are different agent architectures. If you want to learn about all different architectures like query planner and single agent to multiple tools, multiple agents, and all that, you can go through here and you will get to know all the functions which were all present, and they had given examples also. You can just go through it and you can understand that. Now coming back to our architecture, where we have a supervisor agent which will route to particular specialized agent, and based on the query it will choose the agents and it will get back the responses. Now we will go and explore some examples, but before that we will have I earlier in the sessions I said pretty print. What is pretty print? Like, you got the message like state and all that, which is clumsy. Okay, so you want to write something which will define your node. Example I will show here. So in the testing I had given, I have headache and I don't have a painkiller. I have Dolo 650. Can I take it now? Now you already know there is an internal document which will do this. So now you already understood which agent it will call from the supervisor. We will just examine it. Okay. User ask a query. Supervisor sees what is the query and understand the messages. Then what he will do? He will route to the pain medicine agent. Yes, then he will forward that mail to the pain medicine agent, and from pain medicine agent what you will see, you will check just got the AI message like having the user query and whatever your supervisor asked and what tool you are using, and based on that it will have a retriever function. It will retrieve the documents and it will see the text and it will give a response back to the supervisor. Then finally supervisor understand that and give back that response to the customer. Yeah, we are humans. We do mistakes. Similarly, like example, consider your supervisor don't know what is grok A, where he has to route. So what he does by mistakenly, what he does, he will say, okay, grok A, what I will get to the web agent. He was right, but the thing is, when it transport to the web agent, then what happens in web agent? There is a newcomer and he will understand this. Oh, no, no, no. This is not from my department or my team. So I don't know about this. And then what it will do? It will send back. So it is about the research agent. Their team is expert and they know it. And I will transfer that, forward that mail to the research agent. Then what happens? It will transport to the research agent, and research agent doesn't want to work on that. Then they will transport to the computational agent, and then they will forward to computational agent. And computational agent, obviously there is no information about the grok AI, right? They will transfer, no, 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 it's all about the web agent. Then again they will send back to the web agent. Then the guy newcomer understand, okay, it's there in my particular specialist zone. So what he will talk to the other guys, and then what he will do, he will understand that, then he will route take the ticket and he will work on that, and then he got the responses and then he will send back to the manager. Sorry, my mistake, but actually it is from a web agent, and this is my response. Now after this we will get to know what exactly the responses we got from the, then supervisor just forward that to the client. Okay, so now what we will do, the same particular functionality we will just quickly run it and check once again. See, you got it right. So now what I will do, the same thing I had written many testing things, like whether it is routing to a particular agent, whether that particular agent is giving a response and all. So we can visualize that flow. So for visualizing we have to make a agent registry, like to make it like to understand you guys, like I have built a particular UI. So with that UI you can understand these particular things. So you just need to run after running a pretty print. Okay, so once you run all this cell, then you will run this. Okay, Then what you mentioned, show tools false. No, I want this also to be true and run it back. Then I will open in cell output with the full screen. Okay, now you know what is the query, right? Grok AI. So now what we will do, we will run supervisor send to web agent. Okay, then web agent, oh no, it's not mine domain, go to research agent. But research agent say it is not in my domain, bro. I'll send back to computational agent. Just like how we will transfer our work when we don't want to work, right? That is what. But what happens when computational agent again says, no, no, it's your work and you have that skill set, you have to do. Then we got to know, okay, it's my work. Then we will work. So then it will come to web agent. Then I don't have any options now. It's in my tool. It's about my work. So what I have to do, I will connect with our actually whatever the tool set, whatever the team I have. Then I will go to the particular team member. No, go to the particular team member, like search web deep. Then what I will do, I will execute that and then I got the responses. This is how LLM will work. Okay. Now you understood the flow. See, sometimes you cannot imagine that every time it will route properly. Even if it route properly, even a agent can misconception. So you have to test it properly, such a way that it should not what it should not give a wrong answers. So that's why I have written a lot of test cases. So you can go through all the test cases. You can ask your things and see how visually it is flowing and all the things, and use this pretty print. It is too good. It will explain each and every step. Now I have explained till the what grok AI, right? But if you ask something like find papers about transformer neural networks, right? Now it is going to a research agent and research agent is giving back response to a manager and he will do that. So most of the time it will work, but when it is not working, you have to investigate and you have to understand whatever the LLM is there, you have to investigate through the testing. And this particular repository I am pasting in my GitHub repository. Just go to that GitHub repository in my below description, and please don't forget to subscribe, and please don't skip this testing method. Is please don't stop being here. So what you do, I have built a very basic one. So you expand it, you utilize according to your project, according to your needs, and your target use to how these multi agents work, what all the problems, what all the things we have observed, those you note down and build a proper multi-agentic system. Now I have built supervisor to multi-agents already there. If you want to expand it, you just add n number of tools, n number of agents, it will work. But what if you don't, if you want to change the multi-agent architecture, query planner. Now whatever I built it is with the older versions like whatever I had when I started building it. But think this is a older version, how I can integrate to the newer versions of the tool and how I have to solve the Python dependencies and how I have to take the latest functions and how I have to work the same thing. Try this and then you becomes a multi-agentic Gen AI solution architect. Thank you. And the next video, stay awaited. In the next playlist, I will talk about MCPs and model context protocols and how the agentic AI. Now I have built a multi-agent and agent, but I will talk about multi-agent, not multi-agent. I will talk about agentic AI and what all the MCP servers and all these things I will explain in the next playlist. That also I will provide the link in description. Stay tuned. Whatever I have explained till now about this multi-agentic system, specific that hub to spoke architecture or supervisor to sub specialist agents, I have provided that Google Colab link in my GitHub repository. So if you want to go that, you go to github.com Shiva Mutturaj pragmatic Gen AI, and you will find a rack system as well as multi-agent system. Take it as a base source code and build your own custom applications. And if you gain some knowledge out of it, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.